Hi everybody. How's it going today? Oh, Firebot showing. Just better put that away. Nobody needs to see that. Yeah. How's everyone's week? How's everyone's week going? It's been a week. Lots of stuff going on in the community. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Anthony Skeleton. I ran into Anthony at WordCamp US. It was awesome hanging out with you and chatting with you. It's great. It's always great to like shake hands and see the people that troll me in my streams, and I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you being there. Sunglee, hi. Thanks for the heart emoji. I appreciate you, my friend. Big time. Yeah, I've been working on some stuff. I didn't really have a plan for today. Last week I wasn't feeling great. I was back from WordCamp US and feeling just like legit sick. I think half of the people were sick. I don't know. Anthony, did you end up getting sick or what? But I was not feeling great. So I decided I'm not going to stream and I'm going to work on some stuff. And I have officially become obsessed again with WordPress Playground. I saw Dennis Snell had a talk at WordCamp US, and if you can't find, if you haven't seen it, you need to. It's so cool. YouTube is what I want, and I want to see WordPress. And I think the word is Hey, did I not running real slow today or what? Let's see. Here it is. WordCamp US 2020. Oh, stop that. So it's somewhere in here. You're gonna have to look in here. I can't remember the day it was, but I highly recommend that you check that out. Thanks. Oh, you're my favorite. You're my favorite, Philip. Is it not gonna happen? It's not happening. Ugh. Frustrating. Firebot, why are you being like that? Oh, you know why? Stand by. I need to fix something for Firebot. In my haste to get moving here, I realized I probably didn't actually. What's going on with Firebot here? Okay, so it's application's not responding. That's fun. There it is. Okay. I think I closed Firebot, so I'm dumb. But anyhow, yeah, if you can find Dennis Snell's talk at WordCamp US, it was on WordPress Playground, and it was awesome. It was inspiring. Dennis is like one of the smartest dudes I've ever met. He just operates on a different plane of existence, and he had some really, really cool things to say. One thing that he was, the whole point of his talk was to inspire, and I think that's awesome. And once Firebot loads up and I connect it, maybe things will start to work again. I don't really know. But anyhow, so what I did was I actually started building this extension based on some of the work that he had done. Oh, you know what? Is that going to take? There it is right there. There's his talk right there. Go. You can watch this. Whatever. It's pretty awesome. But this is it's a VS Code extension that, God, this thing is just really going slow. It's a VS Code extension that allows you to edit Markdown files in your in VS Code. So, there we go. You know what I didn't do? I didn't connect it. See this down here? There's a little button down here. You have to connect to all the things. Now I'm connected. There, see? Now I'm connected. So I got chatters. I got all kinds of stuff. I can see who's here, who's not here. Anyways, y'all don't need to see that. I'm just going to move over there. Anyway, yeah, so what this does is, let me open up, for example, I'm going to open up my advanced query loop repo here. So I'm going to zoom this in. I'm not prepared for writing code today. So let's open up the Markdown. Where's my README? So I've got a pretty complicated README. So if I press this.
Right, it's Philip.
There it is. The Phillips here. So what this is doing is this is actually running WordPress Playground in here, and it's I might have to zoom out a little bit just to make it a little bit easier to read. So you can see what it's done is it's actually pulled this stuff in, because I hate writing. I absolutely hate writing Markdown. So now if I see, oh look, I've missed a period there. I'm gonna put a period in and watch over here. Boom, shows up, right? And if I want this to be, I don't know, I want to move this up. So I move these blocks around. So the whole point of this is I can edit all my Markdown files from within the block editor, which is super fun because that's how I am. I'm a nerd. So I've I've released it here. You can also find it in the in the extensions. But I would really love it if this tickles your fancy to go ahead and have a look at it, install it, tell me what's broken about it. I already asked Kevin about it. He told me it's all wrong, which is to be expected. And I just, because I use VS Code in a very specific way, so I don't know if this works right. One thing that's kind of cool about it is that you can switch between files. So for example, if I open up this file, right? Oh, see, there's already a thing I have to fix there. And I go here. Oh, Kevin, are you here? Is that what just happened? Yeah, Kevin's here. Turn my lights on. Turn my lights off. There we go. But if you switch between Markdown files, it'll actually insert. It'll get whatever's in that Markdown file, right? Also, it'll tell you, if for example, it doesn't. Is all I dream about? I bet it is. I bet there are certain communities would just die for this. So yeah. So like for example, if I open a PHP file. PHP files aren't supported, so quit messing around, right? And so on and so forth. That's a bug that I have to. I thought I fixed that already, but who knows? Who knows really with what I do? Yeah, so it's kind of cool. I really enjoyed putting this together. I find the documentation for writing VS Code extensions to be a little bit lacking, but yeah, certain communities, exactly, certain communities. Don't you quote me?
It's KevXD.
Don't air quotes me, Kev. Yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to share. The other thing that I recently discovered, I'm not going to save any of this, is this repository. It was passed to me by it was mentioned in a WordPress Playground chat channel, Slack channel, and so this is. Or did we get Ryan to spill any tea yet? There's no tea to spill, Kev. But you know what? I am happy to talk about. I'm up for talking about stuff. I will say this: I want this space, my YouTube channel, this space. I want everything to be. This is about developers and it's for developers. So, been thinking about this a lot, and I don't think any topic is completely taboo to discuss. I also don't discuss personal politics. I'm not going to get into a politics discussion, but I mean, I'm happy to chat about. I posted the video on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it. Maybe Matt will join the stream. I doubt Matt will join my stream. So quit riling up the troops. Yeah, I posted a video of my opinion of what it's like to work at Automattic, and I think I like working here. I like being sponsored by them. It enables me to do this, and I don't think I can understate that or overstate that enough. I think that's very, very important that I recognize that the company that has opted to pay my salary, and I got a couple. I've been accused of shilling, I'm shilling hard. That was probably the biggest one. There are comments. I mean, let's look at them. Let's look at the comments. Let's look at the comments on this video, wherever it is. Videos. This is my video. We're not gonna watch it together. You can go and watch that on your own. But I'm getting a lot of great comments. A lot of great comments about people. And it makes me feel good about the community. How, Wix. Yeah, of course. Oh my God, is that a Wix ad? That's hilarious. Oh, talk about drama. Are my headphones on the way? Well, yeah. So here's the thing. I don't need to post that video, right? I don't need to post that video. I firmly believe that my position in the community is enabled by my employer, and if anyone watching this live, watching this on Twitter or wherever, has benefited from anything that I've put out in the world in the last 3 years or whatever. Like, I think that's directly because I'm enabled to do that. I don't have to worry about, like, you know, I'm paid to be able to create that content, to do that pull request, to add the, you know, my advanced query loop plugin. Like, that comes from the need that I heard about in the community, and it exists for that. And I know a lot of people use it and they find it helpful. So, you know, the reason that exists is because I am able to do it because of my employer, who pays me to fart around with code and talk to you guys to be a 45-year-old man with a Twitch stream. Okay. So that's what I feel like. I'm not shilling anything. I'm not selling you anything. And you can believe that or not. I mean, honestly, I think the people, you know, the 9 people that I'm talking to, or who are right now, whoever's on the stream, I think we know each other, you know that I'm not trying to sell you something. I think, you know, and I'm not trying to, I'm not defending myself. I got to get this Wix ad off here. I would build a website using WordPress. No, I would use a website using WordPress. Skip, done. Okay. And I don't want to, there we go. That's a better one. Anyways, go have a look at that video. Please leave a comment. If you don't agree with me, that's cool. That's totally cool, right? It's cool. Oh yeah, sure. So, I mean, I have 13 comments, you know, sell a course. I don't have a ton of comments, you know, like a lot of people are saying like, you do good stuff, which I appreciate and I love. I mean, it's amazing. You know, people like this, I don't really understand what this comment is, but I mean, people get it. Like there's sort of, you know, where's your comment? I hid your comment. Where? No, I didn't. I didn't hide your comment on purpose. If this is your comment, though, you're out. I don't see. I don't see your comment. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Do I need to refresh the page? Is that it? There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. I did see your comment on here, folks. I don't know. Newest first. Maybe we'll do it that way. I did see Kev's comment. There's Kev's comment. Look, there you are. Of course I didn't hide your comment. You know what? Yeah, there's a lot, right? Shadow ban. No, I'll never ban you. You guys are my ride or die. I'm your ride or die. I don't know if you feel the same way about me, but anyways, yeah, I mean, please let me know what you think. Like, let me know what you think about that video, right? Hey. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, Bad Dude Court. That is an excellent question. So you need 2 build processes currently. Let me highlight this question spotlight message so people can see. This is a really good question. And thank you for sharing it. And I'm not diverting, so I'm happy to talk about other stuff again. But in the meantime, that went away really fast. I'm going to put that up there. Clearly, I need some more stuff. But anyways, so the issue that you're running into is because of the way that the build process runs, it can run in either script modules mode or non-modules mode. So the interactivity API. Oh yeah. Oh man, have I done interactivity API stuff? Have I got stuff for you, my friend? Of course I have. This one is one that we did on stream. So there's a video series for that. It's the interactivity API to do. So it's actually got a little WordPress playground demo too, which is really nice. So you can, so this, yeah, look, make Kevin pay. See, so this is the MVC to do thing built completely in interactivity API. So you can go and steal that code. Absolutely. The other one that I did was a Yappy gallery slider, and I don't think I have a WordPress. I don't think I have an interactivity API example. A playground for that. But that's something that we should definitely put together. So this one is basically going to be like a gallery slider. The animation is a simple sort of like shift left and right. But yeah, so you can take a look at that as well. Anyways, Bad Dude Court. To get back to your question, the issue that you're running into is because there is the experimental modules flag. Is that the flag? let me show you what I'm doing. There's an experimental modules right there. So to enable the interactivity API, no, it's fine. To enable the interactivity API build, you need to run past that flag. The problem is when you run that flag against packages that don't support modules, that's when the world falls apart for you. Now, it's a known issue, and the folks who are working on the interactivity API are definitely figuring that out. The long and short of it is basically when you enable that flag, now there's two issues. There's two sort of like Webpack configs. The other issue that you'll have is if as soon as you do that, any customized Webpack configuration that Scripts package is going to use is going to fail because you can't import the. It's a really convoluted thing. So what I've done is in this repository, I have build blocks and I have build other. So you can see that like I have a custom Webpack configuration here. So basically, for now, you're going to need two build processes, which really sucks, and I get that, but the team is definitely working on it. This is the code from my Block Developer Cookbook site, which is here, and you can see you have to log in to see it, but if you log in, there's like this whole thing. Anyways, but I'm happy to share the code for that as well if you want to see what I did for the build process. There's of course. I really wish there was a way for me to do this. BDC, I think it's called. Yeah, so this BDC site. So there's a lot going on in here. This is a theme that has, it's called Chef Kits because, I'm really going with that thing. But this is a theme that has blocks in it. So there's that. And then we have a custom Webpack that is just for a bunch of things I can't even remember. So this is for like yeah, you did. Jonathan, you here? Hey, Jonathan. I like Jonathan. Jonathan Bossinger, folks, like brilliant dude. Can lift a small car above his head as well. A medium-sized car. Let's give the guy credit. He's a beast, and I love him. He does all of the great stuff. A lot of the great stuff. I shouldn't say all. There's a whole team, but learn.wordpress.org. He does all the really great. Stuff there, like a lot of the really heavy developer side. Now I'm wondering, do I have? I thought I had a command. Oh yeah, I do have a command. Let's see how it works. I have a command for doing a shutout. Let's see. Shutout. Jonathan Bossinger. I've never tried this in person, like a smart car. Let's see. There he is. Go follow him. Go follow Jonathan. He's awesome. He really is. Good dude. Super dude. Look at him. He's a beast. You see that picture? He looks like he could reach through my computer and pick me up by my legs and shake all the coins out of my pocket. Not that he would do that, because he's a good guy. Yes, absolutely. Go follow Jonathan on Twitch. He's fantastic. Can't say better things about him. Anyways, and I won't. I refuse. I refuse to say better things. Okay. Anyways, so does that answer your question, Bad Dude Court? It's a known issue. I don't have the repo issue off the top of my head, but it is known. I have brought that up with the folks that are working on that because I ran into that like pretty early too. And it's definitely, you're just going to need two build processes, which really sucks. So what you could do is you could have two build folders. Actually, that's probably a good way of doing it. So when you have a plugin that has multiple blocks in it, do I have one here that just has multiple blocks? You're going to have them all basically kind of in a let's see, multiple blocks. So you're going to have them sort of in a, that's not a good example, but you'll have them in a source directory like here, right? So if you have multiple blocks inside of here, you could point to that. But what I would do is I would create sort of a secondary one, like, because, okay, the scripts package, if you run build or you run start, it it looks for the source directory and then looks for any blocks inside of that source directory, and that's how it runs business as usual. So what I would do is I would have a source directory for all your non IAPI, interactivity API blocks, and then I would maybe have a directory that contains all of the blocks that do work with that. And then in here you could have like a start, and then whatever I would call it, like start, and then like an IAPI, right? And then here you can pass the experimental flag, whatever experimental modules. Like you could do that. You could do that. You may have to define a different build like output, but that's probably where I would start. Yeah, just because it makes it as easy as possible, and then I guess it depends on how many blocks you have. So like, let's say you have 5 blocks and 4 of them are standard blocks and one of them is an interactivity API. I would probably lean towards keeping your build process as close to sort of the standard one, and then just do the outliers in this custom one. But if you have more than one, you might, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. But that would be how I would how you probably have to address it. And then what you could do is you could use like concurrently to run both together. Yeah. It's one now for a mega kind sort of deal. For a mega kind sort of deal. I like that. I don't know what that means. But it sounds right. It sounds good. Anyways, that's probably how I would approach it. Mega menu. Oh yeah, mega menu. So it would be cool to see a mono repo setup. Well, the closest thing I have to like a mono repo would be that BDC site, I think, because it's set up in a specific way because I use git deploys to set it up to my server. But I've got blocks, right? I've got cooking time, blah blah blah, oh yeah. Well, I've used PNPM in the past for some stuff. I know that the what is it? The block development examples. Yeah, the block development examples repository. I'm pretty sure it uses npm or pnpm to sort of manage a lot of the dependencies, but yeah. Elliot Richmond, what is the best way? Let me just spotlight his message. The best way to grab options out of your database and pass them to a custom block. Could it be done with PHP before the block register, or is it best to use WordPress API? I believe it uses PNPM here. So. Elliot Richmond, it depends. Where are you using the data? It's like asking, ask a developer any question and you always get, it depends. It depends because if you're using it, say like if you have a dynamic block and you're rendering that dynamic block on the front end and that's where you need the data, just retrieve the data there. If you need to have access to it in custom select for a checkout process. So this is a front end process or back end process? Sounds like front end. If you need to use, so one more question, is your block dynamic or is it static? I'm going to answer my own question and say that it should be dynamic because you need to retrieve that option. But so I would probably retrieve it where you render it. So like in your render.php file. So if you have like in here, right? So this is So this is sort of the same idea. So instead of getting so this is a block that renders, what is this? The skill level. So I have a piece of post meta associated with a particular post. that is a skill level of 1, 2, or 3. Excuse me. And so it's stored in Postman. But all you have to do is say option is be like whatever equals get option, right? And then get the whatever the name is, and pass a Kevin is Kevin must pay. I'm gonna rename this stream to Kevin must pay. So you'll probably want to do it here, and then and render it as close to the point where it needs to be rendered. Like I don't know what that option is. If it's an array of select options, then you'll need to do more with it. But I would retrieve it just before you need it, because then every time it renders, it'll be fresh data. Fresh data in the sense of like it'll be cached most likely, but it'll also be updated values, if that makes sense. So yeah, if the select option gets very long, yeah. I mean, there's that option too, and in that case, then yes, what you'll need to do is register it. You can actually use it's like hooking the check out choose time. Yeah. Like choose a time. Okay, and those times are coming from the database, like a database option that has been set. Because if that's the case, I would still probably do this, and then like I don't know new times, and then you'd probably want to be right? I don't know what the data looks like. If it's a big string, you'll have to turn it into array, loop through it, and do all that stuff. All that sort of standard PHP goody good stuff. But if you did want to go with API fetch, you can absolutely do that. You would need to make sure. So don't save. So I have this pre-published checklist that's a bit old now, but you could do it a couple of ways. You could use a custom store. It doesn't sound like you need to. There may be a WooCommerce custom store that you could tie into. And then when you're using it, where am I here? So let's see. Sorry. What am I doing? Components. Final plugin. So like you would. I have a custom store that's doing settings, but you would use the useSelect hook in this case to retrieve it from the particular store and get that data, and then you'll have access to it in JavaScript. But it doesn't sound like you need it. Doesn't sound like you need it in this case. Great questions. Great questions. Yeah. I love Firebot because I can see people who are creeping. Like there's some names in there I haven't seen in a while. You know who you are. I'm glad you're here. Very glad you're here. Oh my God! Look at that latest follow sub things is broken. Broken. I need to fix that. I might get rid of it. Anyways, yeah. What were we talking about before? We were talking about something. I can't remember now. So that's that. Playground extension. Yeah. If you're interested, please have a look at it and tell me how it messes with your system. So maybe the long name sub. Everyone who can see is watching on Twitch. Cool, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I can't. I don't know. I can see. See who's in the chat. See who's hanging out. Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah, no problem. Elliot Richmond, glad to help. You read that wrong. I read what wrong? Everyone can see who is watching on Twitch. Everyone can see who is watching on Twitch. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, hey, look at this. Hey, thanks for the raid there. That's awesome. I don't know who. That's fantastic. Thanks for joining. Just got raided by somebody. Hello there. Welcome. How's it going? Thanks for everyone for hanging out. What were you guys all working on over there? Next tab DE. I know you do WordPress stuff, right? So yeah, thanks for joining. Glad to have you. We're kind of just chatting. We're kind of talking about some cool stuff that's going on in the WordPress. Oh, nice. Working on a membership system based on WordPress. Very cool. Very cool. If you got anything to share, drop it in the chat. I'd love to take a look at it. That's super cool. We're talking about block development stuff right now. Hello. Welcome aboard. Yeah, thanks for hanging out today. Excuse me. We're talking about a number of things. We've just been mostly talking, but I think I want to try out this Playwright template for adding end-to-end tests, which is kind of neat because I'm a bit obsessed with WordPress Playground. If you haven't used it, then you got to go check it out because it's really cool stuff. Yeah, so that's that. I'm going to where'd that go? No, here. I'm going to check this out. So how does this work? Basic configuration template for running WordPress. I did blah, blah, blah. Install npm npx Playwright install. Okay. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, thank you, Justin Tadlock, everyone, the man, the myth, the legend, Justin. He's here. Yeah, I'm really excited to just keep on building stuff and keep on working, to make things good. A lot going on, but you know what? I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm with WordPress, man. I'm here for it. So let's get this checked out and see where we can go. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to jump over to my term. Where did it popped up? There we go. You heard the name? Yeah, you should have heard the name. J repo. Let's see what this is. And come on now. Slow. Just keep swimming. That is a fantastic analogy. Thank you for sharing that. Get clone. Get clone. We'll type it. We'll get there eventually. So we're going to see what this is doing. And I'm going to see to... okay. Open this up in code and see what we got. Close this one down. So the first thing, I'm just going to get this running. And then I kind of want to see how we can start implementing this into an existing project. So what is the setup? Here we go. We got npm and nvm install, npm install, npx playwright install. Okay, so nvm install. By the way, if you use an nvm RC, I love you because it makes my life so much easier. So thank you for that. So good. Yeah, so put it in on your projects because it's amazing. Just amazing. So yeah, cool. If you like what you see, thanks for the raid. If you like what you see, give that follow button a hit, and then because we gotta get Jonathan's name off there. It's breaking up my layout. So we need some shorter names on there. I start using npm and npx. Nice. PowerOpa, is that like you've just started using it? Because that's cool, man. Or person, sorry. I'm assuming I shouldn't make any assumptions. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, look, there's a little bit of a typo in that there. Install. So let's see what we got here. That's gonna run in the background, right? More followers. Well, we do a lot of JavaScript on this channel. I mean, we do a lot of everything. Oh, Kevin, you weren't following me, Kev? What? Kevin? Are you kidding me? Or did you unfollow and then follow again? Oh, Kevin, you're hilarious. Anyways, thank you for the follow, Kev. You did make a wise choice. Oh, you hacked it. I'm a PHP dev with Drupal WP. Oh, nice. Cool. Well, PowerOpa, well, welcome aboard. You're more than welcome here to hang out. We do WordPress stuff. It's all WordPress stuff. Whoa. Holy smokes. Kevin! Something just happened. Kevin, there we go. Yeah, you're more than welcome to hang out and chat WordPress. Chat Drupal, too. I'm very intrigued by the Drupal community. I've done about that much Drupal work in my life, and it was an interesting thing. But yeah, for sure, we're here for it. We're here for all of it. Just so you know, Kevin he knows everything, and he tells me when I'm wrong. So that's how this works. But we all love him. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just waiting for this thing to run. But JavaScript questions are absolutely more than welcome. Totally. Yeah, gporter 43. That's a big one. PNPM. So there's some. So I don't know if y'all remember. There was a Gutenberg examples repository, which I think it's still out there. Not true. Not true. Yeah. See, Kevin's disagreeing with you. gporter. He's telling you you're wrong. I think he's responding to me, but I'm going to say he's responding to you. He's the correct police, and I'm saying that facetiously, of course. Yeah, like, you know, npm modules, node modules folders get unruly, like gigs of space and stuff. So I like. Now you're right. It's such like you also so like something like PNPM, and Kevin, please correct me if I'm wrong, which you will. Yeah, no, I know. It's absolutely, that's the whole point of it, right? Like, so if you have 5 projects that all have an npm and a node modules folder, and each one of those could be a gig, that's 5 gigs. That's crazy. And then you could get into dependency issues, and that's the purpose of something like a PNPM, is to, like, you know, oh, you're using the same package across 5 things. Well, we'll use one and sort of, I don't know if it's symlinked or whatever it is, but we'll refer to it. So yeah, it's super powerful. Super powerful. It does. I find it's hard for me to kind of wrap my head around it sometimes, but that's because I'm dumb. Okay, so let's see. npm run tests end to end. So I don't really know what we're going to do here. So this is going to run, and that's running a test. So let's see, what do we have in test? They're probably, that's the playwright config example. So, oh my God. Okay, so what is this doing? Should I do? Maybe I should do this in a terminal window. Maybe I should do that. I'm going to stop this. Sorry, it's hard to see. I'm going to PWD. Oh God, yeah. I'm going to get this. I might do this in the terminal window, which is that? No. Jump in there. Ew. Copy. Jump. Paste. Jump in there. And then we'll go, what was it? NP. I'm going to zoom that in. I just want to see this a little bit better. If I find it hard to read all this junk in here. It's because I'm old. But okay, so we're going to run some end-to-end tests on here. So we can see what the npm and what the end-to-end test is running. So we're going to run test ete. All right. So it's loading the config, and that's just going to run. So let's look at what the test is actually doing. So test describe WordPress, can open the dashboard, can publish a post. Wow, that's super cool. So it's running. I'd like, maybe, this is kind of anticlimactic. I'd like to see if there's like, well, we should be, so does Playwright have a, oh, I think, is it debug? Let's run that. So this, oh, it timed out. That's no fun. Test timeout. Well, there's some other things going on in here. Oh God, it's him. I knew he'd get here. Yeah, I'm causing chaos and drama. Oh, what's this? Test support.
It's Tryson.
There he is. Oh, thanks for the follow, Power Ropa. If I haven't already thanked you for that. So, well, this is neat. So it shows you tests that failed. Does it tell you why it failed? Oh, this is very cool. This is quite nice. What does this do? Oh, this is amazing. I am good. I am good. There's a lot. Oh, see. So okay. So you know why this failed? Do you know why this test failed? because of that. So what we need to do, I think, is we need to get rid of that welcome to the block editor thing. So I think you saw my statement video. Cool. I'm glad you did. What'd you think? For those who didn't see it, I'm gonna share it here. It's just, you know, my opinion on some of the about my employer and some stuff on the like, you know, what's going on in the WordPress space right now. But we don't have to talk about that, or we can talk about that, whatever you want. Okay. So that's really cool. So what we're looking at right now is I was shown. I'll drop this in the links here again, but I was shown this really cool repository that allows us to use WordPress Playground with end-to-end tests. So this makes me super excited. So I'm going to run this again, but I think it was debug. So I'm going to see, because I'd like to see if it actually like loads it up in a headless browser, which I think you can do in Playwright. Can you not? There we go. So, okay. So this is the test. Oh, Joni Halabi, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay, cool. So let's step through the next one. Is that how that works? All right. And then oh, well, that just didn't work. That's great. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that tweet. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Ogarian from YouTube. What's up? Good to see you. Which tweet are you talking about, Terrence? Can you can you drop the? I saw the tweet about somebody else announcing information about Josepha, but was there one from her specifically? I don't want to share tweets for people that are like speaking for others and whatnot. Like, and that's no shade on the person that did that. I just, if it's an official one from Josepha, cool. I think that's okay. I'm not trying to hide messaging or anything. Yeah. No, I know. And there's no shade on people. And you know what? This is some of the biggest stuff going on in are you answering all the doubts? Oh, Ryan, he's asking, am I answering all the doubts? We're just chatting. We're chatting in Twitch, so you're probably not seeing any of the chat going on. But if you want to come join us on Twitch to take advantage of the chat, you're more than welcome. Or you can just hang out on YouTube, whatever you want to do. As I said in that tweet, that's sad part, talking to the wrong people. How make your HTTPS certs? I used to use, what's it called? What's the service that does it? Oh my God, I'm drawing a complete blank. I'm gonna click on this tweet sight unseen and see. Oh, yeah, I did see that tweet from Josepha. I want to go on record and say that Josepha is one of the finest people I've ever known. She's so smart, amazing. She's phenomenal. I've met her personally. I've had personal conversations. I've had dinner with her. I had dinner with her and a number of other folks at WordCamp Asia in Bangkok, and like I've met her many times before that. But just like she's just a chill, awesome person. So I wish her the best, no matter what happens here. Jonathan, thanks for answering that question. That's fantastic. What's that? There's one, the free one that I cannot remember off the top of my head, like Cert Anywhere or something. I can't remember what it was, but anyhow, yeah. She is an all-around awesome person. Like, awesome. Yeah. So. Well, hold on. This is going to drive me nuts if I can't figure it out. Let's Encrypt. I think that's the one I'm talking about. Yes, thank you. Let's Encrypt. I believe that's the one. Anyways, so back to what we're doing here. Yeah. I can't say enough good things about Josepha. Just fantastic human and like legit cares about the community more than anyone I've ever known. So she's amazing. Anyways, okay. So what am I doing here? So we're gonna step through to the next test, right? And see what the test. Oh my God. Okay. There's too many things afoot here. Publishing failed. Briefing number schedule means check back in a minute. So we're skipping through. I think. Oh. Publishing failed. Briefing of for scheduled maintenance. Please check back in a minute. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna cancel this. I'm gonna cancel this and maybe run it again because I think my yapping has broken all this. Cursor AI. I downloaded a copy of Cursor AI. Tried it a little bit. Didn't get that much into it. It looks pretty neat. I think it's probably. I've heard people tell me that it's better than GitHub Copilot. I have a free open source maintainers license for GitHub Copilot, which it just keeps auto renewing. I don't even know how that happened, but I think it's because I committed to the GitHub repo or something. And I've heard it's better than that, but I haven't really played around with it that much. I fear change mostly, so I'm going to see how that kind of goes. Anyways, so what were the page go to admin expect get paper roll heading name dashboard to be visible. So is this test failing? Let's run those tests again because what was happening clear because I was yammering on. I don't use it really that robustly to really kind of recognize that, So Derek Oe, hey, welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you. Is my chat not updating in Restream or something? Anyway, so this should be there. So let's see. Expect heading name dashboard to be visible. So I guess that passed. And then skip on down to the next one. So button publish exact true. So I wonder if it's because this is happening. So what happens if I skip on? How do I skip to the next one? Like if I do that. So that needs to go. Okay. So that test needs to be fixed there. What's this test doing? Can open the dashboard. We've already done this. Okay. I'm just running in circles here now. Okay, that works. Interesting. All right. So this is pretty neat. This is super cool. I quite like this. Oh, who's that? Fisherton. Fisherton, thanks for the follow. You rock. Fishtron. Fishertron. I don't know what that meant. But Fishtron, thank you for the follow. Yeah. Just can anyone even read this? So this is fun because this is actually like showing us the step-by-step test, and we can step through each thing just by pressing that button. So how would we? Feels a bit like Cypress.io. This is pretty common for like in Playwright and for what was the other one, Jest. You could kind of do that. I'm gonna close all this down. Let's see. So what I love is this reports thing though. Quite love that. Test stopped early. Maximum one allowed. Failure. Can't publish a post. Okay. The reason it can't publish a post is because it's doing it on Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. That's the deal. I'm so lost. Oh, sorry. There's a lot going on. I've been jumping around a lot. There's this repo that I'm looking at. I don't know if you can see older chat or not, but there's a repo here for adding end-to-end tests that use WordPress Playground. Oh, throw a new error. There he is. Looking for it all week. What are you looking for?
Right. It's throw new error.
There he is. Yeah. So So what's the setup? Let's look at what the setup would be, because I want to add some of this stuff to Playwright, Chills Playwright. CLI. Okay. I want to use. Oh, that went into my teleprompter window. Weird. I want to use this for my advanced query loop, because my advanced query loop block has a lot of stuff going on, and it gets a little bit hard to test some of these things. So whatever. Is there one in here? Excuse me. Yes. Yeah. So I have one here. Maybe I don't have the plugin enabled. No, I don't. Let's jump over to the plugin. Gonna go ahead and look, Kevs. What would AQL get merged into Core? Some of the features of AQL have been merged to Core. I am all for moving it back to Core. Absolutely. I'm gonna update the Gutenberg plugin, and then advanced query loops up here. I think I'm gonna have to active. Come on, there we go. And of course, I need to update Kev's plugin. Well, we're just looking at a interesting end-to-end test suite that uses WordPress Playground right now. Anyways, so do you know a way to edit a theme plugin from the plugin editor with a proper editor? Are you meaning like tools edit files? Because if so, my answer to you is don't do that. If you need to do it, it's not good. Well, why? Let me ask you that. Why? Why would you need to do that? Like, is this like? I don't think it's something that you should do. And my reason for that is because if you forget a semicolon, hit save, there's a really good chance you white screen your site and then you can't fix it again. So that's my recommendation. I don't know of any of any tools to edit this stuff. Like there's a reason there's this big thing here, right? Like this is I work on client projects. A hassle to pull down and upload when you manage 50 plus sites. It does, but it does. But can you edit? I guess you can edit. It just feels like such a bad idea. I just think it's there's so much potential. So here's the thing. You work on client projects and the hassle to pull down and upload when you manage 50 plus sites. Oh, I get it. I mean, with great power comes great responsibility. So you can, and maybe you're right. I feel like I'm backpedaling a bit here, but I just don't think it's a good idea, period. My opinion, take or leave it. If there are, well, let's see. Yeah. The other thing too is like, if this is a custom plugin that you manage, there's that, But if this is a plugin that is managed, that comes from the community, you're going to lose those updates when you update that anyways. My recommendation to you is that if it's you can implement, it's definitely more work, right? It's definitely more work. But you can implement your own custom update thing. So like if you have a plugin, like these plugins, these premium plugins, they have their own update thing. So you can implement something like that, right? It's your own child theme and every site is custom to the website functionality. Yeah, so it can't be blanket updated. Yeah, okay, well, I'm okay, it's custom to the site. Do you have... You can do whatever you want. Let me just say that. It is probably a lot easier to do it this way, and I mean, if you're comfortable doing it and you're knowledgeable enough about PHP, which you are, then cool. But I would not recommend that as a starter point. What I would recommend doing is trying to implement something like a Git. Like if you have a child theme, right? So if you have a child theme, then version control that child theme when you push updates to it, it updates, right? I would do this. I would start with that approach. Because if you're doing this enough, it's probably going to make sense for you to have a means of updating those on a per site basis, rather than trying to edit them live, right? Yeah, that would be my recommendation there. Given what's been happening in the community, I think there's a whole lot of tools out there to manage updates, to have a custom management of updates system. There's a lot of, I'm sure people are writing some stuff, so you might want to look into that. Yeah. That's another way of doing it. I mean, I don't recommend connecting to a live file on a server and editing it, you know, and YOLOing it, right? But that's just me. I you know, some of the scariest stuff I've ever seen is two people live editing the same file via FTP in cubicles beside each other and doing this. Hey, don't save, because I just have to save something. And then, okay, hit now refresh your file, because I just say, like, that's terrifying to me. That's terrifying. But anyways, you can YOLO if you want. You can do whatever you want. That's the beauty of open source and the GPL license. Break it all you want. You know, yeah, that's a really good point too. Like if an admin level person gets access to this site and you have these enabled, they could technically go in and delete everything if they wanted to. But I mean, it's there for a reason, right? So you can do it. You can YOLO the the hell out of it. Anyways, there was another question. Good question. Benoit Chantre, I think I'm saying it right. So what you'll want to do is, that's a big loaded question for first of all. So the query loop block it uses the interactivity API in some places to handle pagination. So you probably were going to end up doing some sort of block variation, like I did for advanced query loop, where you're getting all of the query loop block stuff, but then you're adding something new to it. That's probably where you're going to be doing that. I would have to think about how to manage that, but it's interesting. Somebody else is saying, is there a way? Oh, okay, sorry. So Derek, is there a way, at least I'm gonna find that. Where'd that go? This is a question. Nope, spotlight message. Is there a way, like Hensley's, I can have a loop and block editor with a repeatable block, but only the first block should be editable, same as core query post without the query. What? Have a loop and block editor with a repeatable block, but only the first block should be editable. Can you, Derek, can you explain what you're trying to do? Like what the end game of that is? Hello, Liam. Welcome to the stream. I found this recently from the Special Projects team. Query loop load more. Oh, that's cool. I've never seen that before. That's interesting. Yeah, you can take a look at that. But that's probably going to do something like what you're looking for. I'm asking because I need to create a table and want to edit rows in a block. Oh, edit rows as a block. So and the original question was, sorry, I'm scrolling all over. Is there a way to have a loop? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can look at the way the table block. There is a table block that you can kind of that you can look at. You're probably going to build something along those lines, but I'm assuming your table rows are going to be like pulled from dynamic data, maybe like there is a table. There is a table block that you can insert, right? So you could follow that lead, if that's helpful. I don't know if that's helpful. So like there's a table block, right? So you could do a variation of this and provide the column count and all of that stuff, right? And then because our let's look. So okay, so table. You'd have to get into the details of table, but you could also create something like a group block, and then you could have some custom logic around like locking, basically, right? Okay. Imagine list of terms. You want to edit how each term look, but each term's a block. I can have a loop and block editor with a repeatable block, but the first block should be editable. Yeah, so here's what you can do. You would probably, this is really niche. And Liam, I'm not ignoring you. I did see your comment. I'm just getting through this. Elliot, thank you for saying so. I'm glad. I'm glad. I mean, we're all here for WordPress, right? We're all here for WordPress. That's what it comes down to. Okay, so you have a list of blocks, right? And like a post. Okay. I get what you're saying. So you've got a row, and that row represents like 5 pieces of data, and each row is the post template, and inside of that row are say 5 custom blocks, right? Yeah, that is not what the stream is about, Terrence. I'm not deucing for anybody. God, I'm not that hard up for money. Oh, yeah. Yes, 1, 5, something repeatable. Okay, cool. So, I mean, you could introduce a block. You could do a block, some kind of block pattern, right? So you could insert a block pattern and then have that pattern, the content lock on 4 of the 5 blocks. That might be a way of doing it. I mean, there's a number of ways to do that. No, it's definitely a cool exercise in what we would need. Oh God, I'm not making any sense. Stand by. Coffee. What I think you'd probably end up doing is you would have some sort of like interface that was like, let's say it's a group block, some sort of like wrapper block, container block, right? And Titus, you and I, we're like this, buddy, because the tunes are rocking today. So we have some kind of container block, whether it's a custom block or it's like a group block variation or even just a group block, cool. And then you could insert either a block pattern or maybe it's another wrapper block that has hard-coded content inside of it. So like a template inside of it, right? So then that template could be controlled. So let's for the purposes of this, the table block would be our wrapper, right? Our group block. Then these 4 blocks would be a template. So this could be, again, its own block with inner block instances, right? So we'll call this a row block. Inside the row block in the edit.js, you would have an inner blocks instance and it would have a template of whatever these things are, okay? And then we could lock lock parts of the template. Like you can do a content lock on each one of these things, like the same way that if I wanted to go in here and lock and lock that, we could do something like that. You could set that programmatically, right? So then you would essentially be able to edit whatever you wanted to edit, but also you'd be able to because it's a single block that contains others, you'd be able to move it up and down inside the stack. I think that would be probably how I would approach it at first. There's a lot of like things inside of things inside of things inside of things, but that would be how I would start. And without knowing like how many you need and where the data source is and all that stuff. Like I've done this stuff too. Like hold on, let's see. Like we had like an accordion block that's somewhere, some kind. Oh, this is not it. Let me jump over my Twitch stream. Right, Ripo. I think we had an accordion block. Maybe. I can't remember. We had like there was something. Like, no. Oh yeah, I'm never gonna find it now. Never gonna find it. I think it was one of these sort of earlier ones that we did. Oh god, I don't know. Okay, well it doesn't matter. But we like one thing that I built is like gallery sliders. It's sort of an idea, right? So like our gallery slider has basically some buttons here, and it's got our inner block props, right? And then so what can go inside our inner block props are these allowed blocks, right? Yeah, so that's how I think you'd have to do it. And then what you could do is you could have some sort of interface. Like if I enable this plugin, I can kind of, maybe I can show you a little bit better here. I'm gonna find it. There's a lot of plugins in here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Right, so we come in here and just gonna gallery slider. So like, you know, so we're media library, of course. Where is he? There he is, the beautiful specimen of a man, right? So like that's all I'm doing here is this is an inner block instance that has certain stuff in there. Now you may want to go to the next step and say this inner block only allows the custom row block that I've just built, and then inside of that you would have inner block with a template, a hard-coded template that you can't update, and then you would be able to set and control the content and the locking, right? Anyhow, that's probably how I do it. I don't know. You know, if you start putting something together and run into issues, ping me, reach out. I'd be more than happy to jump on a Zoom or whatever, just have a look and see what we can do. Yeah. Liam, you mentioned something about, where are we here? Update all the binding stuff now that the APIs are public. I need to check. Are the block binding APIs now public? In 6.7? Because that's amazing. Where would I even find that? What's new in Gutenberg, maybe? If you weren't there, we did this really cool stream where we put together some block binding stuff. Let's look in here. So some of the stuff that we were looking at in block bindings, what's this? Packages. No, so there's been a lot of talk about it, and where is, I don't even know what package it's in. God, I'm drawing a complete blank here. You know what? Let's look at the code. So we got some code. Let's see. Yes. So ACF pods bindings. So I'm gonna go index. So what did I steal? Register block binding source. So that's what I need to find, because I was talking with Carlos Bravo, who's awesome, and was we were talking about this. So the UI is open, has been created. So this is the thing that we were looking at that one week where I need to jump the trunk just to see, and okay, where'd that go? Register. Oh no. Let's go. Register block binding source. There's bindings. Let's look in there. So I'm just gonna switch this back to trunk just to see where we're at. So editor bindings. So unlock register block binding sources. Pattern overrides. Let's see. So what's unlocking? It's the API. where can I get that? There we go. So it's being exported, which is a really good sign. That's being exported. So I'm going to go into the source. I'm going to go into the index. I'm going to, let's make this super awkward. Where is this being exported? Get block binding source. Oh my god, so is that just being private APIs? Oh wow, okay. So if I'm reading this correctly, why didn't you just start the, what? Oh, thanks, Justin. Did Justin, I have there it is, okay. So this is really cool. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so this is the stuff. I to be honest, there's been a lot of stuff going on, and I was not up to date with this. There was a conversation around this. I was advocating very hard for getting some of this stuff out if the team felt that it was stable, because I think that these registered block binding sources is really going to change a lot of things. There's gonna be a lot of really, really cool things that you can do with it, and it's going to be it's going to be in the editor as well. Hold on, my wife is asking me if I'd like a cookie, and the answer to that question is yes. Yes, I'm in a stream, but drop by. Anyways, okay, cool. So that's so cool. So I guess this is going to be in 19. I want to cook. You stay away from Mrs. Welcher. I'm going to tell everybody that I'm going to tell her that everyone wants a cookie. Do you have enough for the group? I do not have enough for the group, so I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat it really close to the microphone. It's going to be a little bit ASMR today. Okay, so I'm going to Justin, thank you so much for sharing that. But this is big. This is a big deal. I'm very, very, very excited about this, and it looks like it's in Gutenberg 19.4, which I just updated Gutenberg. So let's see what version Gutenberg. So okay, so I think 19.4 is, what's today? Thursday. So it must be next week that it's going to drop, because the release process is 1 week is release candidate, and the next week it goes live. Oh, my wife will kill me if I reveal her face. It's a nice face, don't get me wrong, but have you ever heard of unavatar.io? Oh, I haven't heard of this. I don't know what it is. Yeah, this is really, really cool. Really cool. I don't know if I push. I'm gonna see if I push that code up there. Can we get the cookie recipe? I will ask her. I will ask her for the cookie recipe. Let me see if my code for that Twitch stream is up there. It should be. It is plugins. Okay, so we do have it here. So if anyone is interested, the code for the stuff that we just did. Yes, thanks, Justin. I thought it might be release week, or like RC week. Anyways, all the code that we put together to have those things talk to each other is all in there. So you're welcome to grab it. So what this really means is now you can register custom data sources. Justin's got two really great articles on the developer blog that you should definitely go read about the block bindings API. Where you can register custom data sources, which is so cool. Yeah, so it's basically the top two results there. Go and read those. So what it allows you to do is say, I want to have the data come from anywhere, and I want to connect it to the blocks, but then I also want to have it right back to the blocks, which is really cool, because when you're in the block editor, you can quite literally. Let's go to the plugins. I'm just going to activate. I'm going to activate that one. I think I'm going to activate this one. I'm going to activate that, and then what do I have for ACF? Yeah, Custom block binding. Oh, I that's because I didn't enable. I didn't enable the plugin most likely. So let's see. Pods activate. Okay, so if I go back here, this should work. No, come in here, this should work. So this is connected to something that I set in ACF, and if maybe I might need to build it. Oh, that's probably what I need to do. So we're gonna go ahead and build that right now. Sorry, what am I doing? Open an integrated terminal. I'm just gonna say npm start, not stat, npm start. Right, so we're gonna run that. I think this is all I have to do. It's built now. I'm gonna just refresh this. So I think now, maybe not. There might be more I have to do. This doesn't seem to want to be doing that. Well, maybe I have to turn this off. I don't know. I have to look at this again. But the content model experiment I think is really cool. It seemed like a really cool thing. Let's see. So, So basically, this is a standard piece of post meta. So the UI is here. So you can actually set whatever the UI is, right? But what the stuff that was just released is going to allow you to do is with custom data sources. And I apologize, I didn't do any research on this and why it's not working. There's probably some API changes I need to make and stuff like that. But because I was unlocking APIs. But what it's going to allow you to do is live update. And you see the meta. This is all tied to a single piece of meta. And as I change it in here, it changes it in the block in the backend, which is amazing. It's an amazing field. It's still a little limited in the sense of the blocks that you can tie it to. No, you're fine, Liam. I'm super excited about this stuff. I have been very excited about this stuff for a while, and this is great. So I appreciate you bringing that up. And I didn't actually realize that it had been merged. So thank you for sharing that. Sounds like Swift. Wait, until we get onto bits. Yeah, no, that's another thing. Yeah, so we're kind of all over the place here, but yeah, nice. So 19.3. Sorry, I'm. Oh, for Apple iOS. Yeah, cool. I've never written any Swift PowerOpa. I have written a little bit of a what is it called? Objective-C? Is that what they call it? Is that what it's called? Objective-C? Like the sort of... Anyways, I wrote a little bit of that way back in the day. I haven't done anything with it. But cool. Auto update as you state. Yeah, but I think we're moving powerful. Love the idea of putting meta anywhere in any block. Yeah, it's very cool. The idea of connecting all the blocks to post meta or to any meta, to any data source, I think is super powerful. It's super, super cool. All right. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm super excited for the future of WordPress. Hey, Matt Programmer, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling with us today. Thank you. You're making my stream nice. You're the best. Have a good one. I'm excited for what the future of WordPress holds. I mean, I know there's a lot of chaos right now, and I think it is what it is, and I'm excited to be part of it. Like, not the chaos. Let me rephrase that. I'm excited to be part of the future of what this community looks like. That's what I'm looking forward to. I want to make sure that this space is like a safe space for developers. I know that's a horrible, weird thing to say, but I just mean this is like neutral, but yet, I'm here for WordPress. Like, that's it, right? That it's totally getting clipped out of context, I know, but I'm making my pledge that I'm here for WordPress, and that's whatever that means, right? So, yeah, we're here. We're all here for it. We're here to make it better. Get our community. Okay. Anyways, I am here for cookies. I just heard from my wife that they will not be joining on stream because she's actually watching a friend of ours, little girl, and I don't think it's a good idea. We don't know if they want her online, so that's it. So I'll be getting cookies off stream, or I'll go get them and come back. Let's do a poll. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. Yeah, give me a cookie emoji if you want me to go get one, or don't if you want me to wait. Excited for 66. Dolan, he's here for the drama. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Titus is asking a question. What's Titus asking? Spotlight message. Excited for 6.7 in 2025. Trying to ignore the higher level stuff. Focus on the dope stuff that's happening in the dev and content level. For sure. That's a good way of looking at it. You know. Oh yeah. Of course you want me to go get cookies. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be an interesting time in the near future, right? You just got a cookie? Of course you did. Awesome. Well, if I could give you all cookies, I would, right? Even though apparently Google's no longer getting rid of cookies. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyhow. All right. Is there a... Do I have a beer? All right. I'll be right back. Yeah. I got 2 cookies, so I'm back. I got cookies. Everyone has cookies. That's so great. Whoa, jalapeno cashew kind bar. That sounds good. Oh, lights out. Oh, hold on. I just crunched right in the mic. That's right. That's greedy. That's very greedy. I know it's greedy. Anyways, sorry, I feel like I'm chewing in your ear now. Okay, so now that that's out of the way. I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of code prepared. I just have some things I wanted to kind of like mess with. What was the question? What does your week look like for the most part since you work on... This is my question. This is a nice question. So I didn't ignore your question. I'm going to answer it right now. The thing is, I don't work directly on core in the sense of like building out new features. I work in core in the sense of like I do a lot of documentation stuff. I do this. It's a lot of like getting new features, getting eyes on new features and talking about that kind of stuff. If there are things that I can add to core or update in core, I do. I spend a lot of time doing things like if I'm in Gutenberg, I can show you the list of the issues that I've been working on or put on, and something changed. How do I find my issues? There we go. Oh, what? The deuce. Me? Weird. Okay. They changed all that. So these are some of the things that I'm working on. You know, like open. Adding documentation for things. Like I have this API. Two cookies is the minimum amount. There is no... Like 3 is like, what are you, gross? But 2 is perfect. So yeah, like stuff like that. Like I have, like, this is a big one. This is one that I've been working on for quite a while. There's a lot of stuff in here. Maybe this is probably a better one. So this is like adding code examples for actions and selectors, stuff that like makes life easier for us developers, right? Being able to find the stuff that we're looking for. So like adding proper examples and things. And that's, you know, that's the kind of work that we do, you know, videos, like videos, work on a developer blog, you know. Well, I guess if there's a side, you know what, that's an interesting point, Titus. If they're little tiny things, yeah, 3 is 12. Oh, apparently I need to ignore this for, oh, you can't do that. Yeah, so there's a lot of that kind of stuff. What I love doing is, I just had a pull request, like some of my, what is this? My pull requests. I just had one merged that moves some of my AQL stuff into, oh my God, where is this? Update. Gotta find it. Yeah, so this one, like this is, I moved the controls from my AQL plugin. Titus, you're a good guy. I like you. This is me moving some of the controls from my AQL plugin into the query loop block because the query loop block did support these. But they were hidden and they're in a weird spot. So that's a real weird user experience. So I just, you know, but this is the kind of stuff, right? So, anyways, that's my day to day. I spend a lot of time in Slack and Discord and WordPress, Reddit, like Pro WordPress, Reddit, all that sort of stuff. Just kind of like being there and existing. That's what I spend a lot of time doing, interacting with people. So on an average day, though, I might spend the whole day working on a VS Code extension, or planning the next developer hours with Nick Diego or Justin, or complaining about Kevin nonstop. That's what I spend a lot of my time doing, complaining about that guy. Yeah, it's a good question. Thanks for asking. I'm gonna take a bite of a cookie. I'm gonna refresh this. We got any? Oh, get out of here. Oh, still 13 comments. That's fine. That's cool. All right. Yeah. So I don't really know what else to say. I may just shut this down sooner than later. I don't really have any code that I want to do, or we can just hang out and chat. You know, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that I can about WordPress. My shirt, the cookies, which taste amazing, by the way. Yeah. So I really do appreciate you people hanging out with me here for the first time. Well, I'm only allowed to have a certain amount. I don't know what happens at your house, but at my house there is a batch. There is a large number. There's an N number of cookies created, and I'm only allowed to have a small portion of those cookies because they are for people that rank higher in the world than me. Oh, struggling to set up WordPress VS Code to work with PHP CS and stuff. That's a good question. Whoa, Kevin with the big questions. Okay, one at a time. Terrence is asking, I'm struggling to set up PHP CS and stuff. So what I would recommend is, WP CS, you can set it up. And I have a repo that I used to use. If I can find my repo, I have a template that probably needs to be updated. Templates. There's this one. So this one will install all the things for you, and that may not be the problem that you're running into. But one thing that I do is I have in my settings, is it in here? Or Maybe I have it in my user settings. I have to look. But there's some settings that I have. Do I have VS Code in here? Settings. What's in here? Okay, so this is what I have set up. So this is basically auto formatting all of the things. And so what I do is I install PHPCS, right? I think I have it installed in vendor bin. I have it installed in vendor bin PHP CBF, right? And I also have PHPCS. So I have that installed in here, and I enabled them all. And so when I open a PHP file, for example, in this directory, let's open up a PHP file in this directory, right? If I start to do things that are wrong, it starts yelling at me automatically, right? So oh, yeah, there might be some stuff. Like if you look at my composer file, you can see that I have a bunch of stuff in here as well, where I'm installing PHP code sniffer, the standards, PHP unit, that sort of stuff. So there's a bit of setup there. But on the VS Code side, once you have PHP CS installed and you get PHP CBF, which is Code Beautifier, you get that as well when you install both of those. And what I have set up is I have PHP CS enabled, so it'll just yell at me. I also have PHP CBF enabled, and sometimes I can set it to true and it'll actually auto format my PHP. But in my experience, that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Sometimes it just makes VS Code think about something forever. So that's how I have it set up. So my Twitch repository is all online, so you can go take a look there. I think the VS Code is also set up. I think the VS Code folder might also be included. No, it doesn't look like it. So, I mean, I can add it. Do I not have it? Oh, yeah, so I can add that if you'd like to see it. Hello. Oh, I must have another git ignore somewhere. But anyways, this is what I have set up. I'll put this. Does this make sense in the chat? Oh, does that work? Looks horrible, but that's in the chat. Just if you ping me somewhere, I can set this up for you. But what this is doing is all of these files: CSS, SAS, JavaScript, JSON, Markdown, YAML, TypeScript, React, all that stuff. All these file tabs get automatically formatted on save. And typically, I use Prettier for that, so that's great. PHP CBF stuff is all here. This is the executable path. Now you need to have some extensions for these. Which is my installed extensions is, I think there's like a PHP CBF and PHP CS, so install those two. And then this allows you to configure this stuff. So is there a way to export your show running extensions? Can I export this? Oh, I don't know how to do all this. Anyways, there's a bit of setup, but honestly, once you have it in place, it's pretty awesome. It makes life pretty easy. And you'll just get yelled at if things are wrong, right? And then it automatically formats it. It's nice. It's really nice. So that was the first question. Second question was, what am I most excited about? Let me see if I can find out. What am I most excited about coming in the future? I'm super excited for all the block binding stuff and all the interactivity API stuff. Really excited about that. Excited what Playground's going to do in the next little bit. I mean, it's already doing things that I didn't think were even possible, but it's super cool. The collaboration stuff is going to be really cool. That's phase 3 of the Gutenberg project, and I know there's some work being done on it now, and it sounds so neat. It just sounds like such a huge, cool project. So that's the stuff that I'm excited about. I'm most excited about WordCamp Asia this year. Hopefully I get to go. Kevin, of course, asked the hard-hitting questions. What was it here? Spotlight message. Where is it here? What was Josepha's role, and who do you think will take it? You? Josepha's role was she was the executive director of WordPress. That was her role. and I have no idea who's gonna take over her position. I doubt it'll be me, but that's really I don't know, and I don't want to speculate. Like I said, I want to give Josefa her due. She is a phenomenal human being, and I would ask people to respect her privacy, as much as possible. I mean, I don't speak for her, and I don't speak for her whatsoever, but I just, be chill with her because she deserves it. She has been an absolute beacon for WordPress for years, and sort of like the standard to live up to. So I think, that's my personal opinion. Anyways, Ryan for president. No thanks. Heavy as the crown. That's all I have to say. Can we get a breaking story? What you want me? There's cookies in the kitchen. That's my breaking story. There's cookies in the kitchen. Oh yeah, if anyone here knows anything about accessibility, jump in. Talk to Titus because he knows a bunch of cool stuff. And also, Carolina, is that milk? No, this is coffee. This is coffee. All right. Oh, it could be whiskey. I've listened to the song twice today. Still getting used to this new Linkin Park. Looking good so far. I haven't heard any of the new Linkin Park. I can't play it. This isn't Linkin Park playing right now, is it? No, it's not. Because I would be instantly demonetized. I see coffee with whiskey. No, it's whiskey with a touch of coffee. Terrence, always good to chat with you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Anyways, I haven't heard I know that Linkin Park's got a new singer. Now, first of all, let me just say, Linkin Park arrived in my life at a perfect time, and I have nothing but love for that band. They are phenomenal. Chester Bennington was... Anyways. What's the name? Oh, Heavy as the Crown. That's the name of the song? Well, now I don't feel... I wish I had been like, yeah, I know. But it made me look so cool. But I want to go listen to it. I know they have a new singer, and I hear she's phenomenal, but I don't... I haven't had a chance to listen to it. But after this stream, I'm going to immediately go and listen. So... You know what I did hear the other day? Have y'all heard of Alex Terrible? I don't know much about him, but he's like super. I heard of him through Falling in Reverse, and he has got the craziest metal scream I've ever heard in my entire life. It's so deep, and I heard him singing a version of Numb, and it was crazy. Go check it out. I don't know, maybe it's on his TikTok or something. Anyways, but Alex Terrible. Don't know anything about him, but he's tattooed like all over the place, and he's like this super deep growl. That's just I've never heard anything like that. Craziness. Anyways, super fun. Numb is an amazing song. The entire first album, the big album, Meteora, that's all I listened to. That's all I listened to all the time. It was great. Cool. Well, maybe I think on that positive note, that we all have a love for Linkin Park and WordPress. That maybe that's where we need to end it. We all love Linkin Park and WordPress. I think that's a great way of getting out of wrapping this up. As always, I'm around. Reach out if you have any technical questions or you want to chat. Hit me up. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm chill. WordPress. I'm here for WordPress. All right. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. And, go build something cool and share it. Talk to you soon.